Hey, I'm Chuck Liddell. You're watching Icebreakers.
Watching Icebreakers. My name's Adam Ray. I'm on the show too.
Icebreakers, Jason Ellis.
Boy.
Thanks for coming through.
Thanks for having me. Really sorry I was really late.
Oh, dude, I'm going to hold it against you for the rest of our friendship.
He wanted me to reenact the first time we met, so
yeah, I feel like that's fair.
I think it's fair now that you were this late.
Yeah, I mean,
that doesn't involve him punching me again, does it?
Oh,
Well, I think it does.
I didn't realize that was the first time you met. That's a fucking greeting if I've ever seen one.
Well, I feel like I'd met him before and he didn't know it.
Right.
But
Well, that's
you were trying to be memorable.
I'm not very good. Like I'm terrible with faces. Like,
Yeah.
I'm terrible with that. If you're out of context,
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
And I was just a kid. I didn't have like a wolf tattooed on the top of my head, so I was less rememberable.
Right.
But when I was blacked out, wasted at
You were.
Kerry Hart's tattoo shop. Is this what you're
It was
talking about?
Huntington, yeah.
Yeah. So Kerry Hart I did a show with Tony Hawk that I'm now doing again, which is super weird.
Oh, great.
But Tony Hawk's Demolition Radio, he was doing it at Kerry Hart's tattoo shop. Jason, will you go to the Hard Rock? And this is when I was married to someone who didn't let me have any fun. So when I got off the plane in Vegas, there was no one there
to hold you back.
No one was there. We come back in 4 hours, and I was like, 4 hours. So I found these things called Long Island iced teas, and
dude.
I was like, whoa. These, you can barely taste the alcohol. They're
wow.
just smashing them. So the next thing you know, I'm putting cigarettes on my hand and telling Kerry Hart that he's a backflip bitch over and over again until he tattooed it on me.
Backflip bitch?
That's a story. But yeah, I saw him walk in.
Get excited.
And those guys back then were less familiar with the mixed martial arts scene. So
Right.
I remember I was like, fuck, Chuck Liddell. You gotta be, and they're like, oh shit, this guy must be like some shit if Ellis is gonna flip out like that.
Yeah.
And then, just super inappropriate straight away. Punch me, motherfucker! Like just talking shit.
I'm telling you, like I was like, I don't want to hear you. Like I've been drinking.
Yeah,
I've been drinking.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you.
Yeah.
And then he punched me like 4 times, and then I made some smart ass remark.
Yeah, that's
I was
what he
like,
was
come
saying.
on. This is bullshit. Kerry Hart will vouch for me. If you hit me hard, I won't say shit. I won't sue you. Isn't that right, Kerry?
It's on camera.
Yeah. You'll be all right, Chuck. And Chuck's like, but I remember him
But that's when I got my like. Really? Did he just do that on camera? Like,
Yeah.
like, to say-
Yeah,
to
it's
take that
documented
part?
that I'm fine.
Here we go. Okay. No, not that. I was like, this guy really wants me to hit him hard. Like this motherfucker.
I
He's
saw his
crazy.
face change for that
Yeah.
one, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
was like I sobered up for a split second because the whole time he was like, "Whatever, guy," and then he went, "Oh yeah," and he did the like that with his.
Oh,
and I was like, you've done it again, Jason. And then he smashed me on the ground, but it was in the arm. It was not. He didn't hit me in the face.
totally. But still, I mean, not a...
You know, that story proceeded into me blacking out, but before I asked a girl that she couldn't, I said, kick me in the nuts. Bet you can't make me spill my beer. And I had baggy pants, and I had this thing where if you open your knees tight, it makes like a low crutch blocker. So
Okay.
I was like, she's an idiot. She doesn't even get it. I'm never going to spill this beer because it's not hitting me in the dick. It's like blocking it, but I didn't know. She had pointy toes, shoes on, and that was going up my asshole. And I didn't know because I was drunk and I was just focusing on the beer not spilling.
You had an actual cock blocker, yeah.
I was just laughing like an idiot, going, ha ha ha, you can't even make me spill my beer. And then I guess I got the tattoo. I don't remember that. He punched me. I don't remember that. I dropped a drink in the nightclub, and I still had my hand like I was holding the drink. And that's when Kerry Hart was like, I'm going to help you back to your room. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I woke up at 6 a.m, just out of nowhere. Don't even know where I am, what hotel room I'm in. And I get up and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with my arm? I'm like, oh my God, and there's a fucking big lump on the side of my arm.
What the
This
fuck?
thing fucking smashed my bone open.
Fuck?
And I don't know that he did it. So I'm like, oh my God. And then I look in the mirror and there's backflip bitch tattooed on my armpit. And all I saw was bitch. And I go, bitch? Who tattooed bitch on me? And then I'm like, straight away I go, dude, my fucking asshole hurts. And I'm like, no way. It finally happened. You fucking talk so much shit. Someone butt fucked you and tattooed bitch on you. That's what I thought happened.
What is my arm hurt? Yeah.
I called Kerry Hart at like 6 in the morning, freaking out. I'm like, what happened? I got fucking bitch. My asshole hurts. Please tell me I didn't get fucking raped. And he's like, calm down, man. Like, you just told some chick you couldn't spill your beer and she just kicked you in the asshole like 12 times and you didn't do anything. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Thank God. Yeah, thank God.
Yeah. Thank God I'm just an alcoholic.
Wow, man. That was in where again? Where was the tattoo?
Hard Rock in Vegas.
In Vegas, okay.
No. Another Palms.
The Palms.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
But Vegas, yeah, we were talking about Vegas earlier and just the opportunities for true debauchery.
Especially back then. Yeah.
Oh wow! To be a fly. Oh my God! Whoa!
Every time him and I ever saw each other at night, if you were a fly on the wall, you'd probably fly away. We were not fucking playing.
Oh
Every time I ever saw him at a club, it was a quick conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Are you all right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. We'll see what
I
happens.
remember one time my stepmother was at a club. She came to America, and my brother wanted to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
And he just so happened to be there, and there was a split second there where she had a few words with him, and I just sat back at the table going, look at that. That's my stepmom talking to Chocolate L. She has no idea. You know what I mean? Everybody here is high as fuck. And she's just like, so you like fighting, do you? He's like, yeah, fucking
Just making small talk like he's not fucking out of his mind.
Yeah, but he was fucking, you know what I mean? Polite. That's the thing. Like,
course.
Chuck's an intimidating guy who's not
A sweetheart on the inside, yeah.
Wait. Funny, we went to Tony Hawk charity.
Yeah,
thing
yeah. Tony Hawk Foundation.
The mic, he's talking, give me shit. Why'd you hit me? I'm like, you asked. He's like, I was drunk.
Poor guy brings his fucking kids to the demo, and I'm just spracking off on the
Hilarious.
microphone. Like, he doesn't even know where I am or where the voice is coming from. Just some dude talking shit on Chuck Liddell.
Can you even explain like the actual feeling though of absorbing the punch, or were you just fucked up enough?
I was so wasted.
Yeah,
and you know the deal. It's more what I mean. Unless he's really fighting you, it's more him being aggressive to me. I'm not scared to get hit by anybody. I'll fight anybody, but I don't. He's a legend. And he's directing his legendary skills towards me, and now I feel like a toddler, and I've got to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Like I'm not going to act like there's mental toughness that I don't have. Like,
Right.
certain people can be like, "Hey man, why don't you shut the fuck up?" I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
There's not.
I always told him, we was at that thing, like, wait, what the fuck did you say?
Yeah. See,
Even that look.
They're like, you know what, I'm good. Like, I don't know, why did you just say that?
Yeah.
it's super handy, but
It was nice.
you punched me in the face. Remember for Instagram?
Oh, for example, yeah, with
slow
the
mo
glove, the
video.
glove.
You know they
Yeah.
fucking. I put it on TikTok and they banned it
What?
Why?
because it's like violence or something, and I'm like, violence. Yeah, I mean it's on
Yeah,
there
it
all
is.
day. What are you talking about?
It's also-
You can't
I
show
had a
titties,
glove
but you
on.
can show punches to the face.
I had a glove on. You know,
Yeah, and it wasn't that. It was. It just looked. I do because I've worked on this before because I have a slow mo camera,
Yeah.
and if you let your face really go before you get punched,
Relax, you
it
get that-
makes it do that.
Oh, cool. That's what you're going for.
Yeah, so he fucking cracked me in the face slow mo. It was hilarious, and then
it looks pretty. It looks really cool.
It did, right? Because your ear.
I did.
Can we find it anywhere else?
I did the guy with
It might have been on. It might be on Instagram still. They didn't ban it.
I did it with the guy, man, a guy from the Peru for the show, the mountain climbing show we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. You punch everybody now, right?
I don't punch anybody.
I kinda
did
started
for a long
that.
time. You
You
actually
did.
did.
You really did.
That was people coming up and asking me all the time now.
I was just saying you should start doing cameos for that, or like charity auctions
I
where
do.
like
All my cameos is 100% money goes to the Tony Hawk Foundation.
that's a sweet move.
Straight payback.
How'd you become friends with Tony? Because I didn't realize the extent of your skateboard, you know,
Oh, you
experience.
didn't know I was good? I used to be the shit.
I
son.
know, dude. I fucking
You
did
guys
some
don't even
research.
know.
Holy shit!
I was like,
you set the record for the biggest 70-foot
bomb drop. Yeah, that's some bullshit though.
It is.
Well, I did it because Danny Way they were only offering 10 grand, and he was like, I'm not fucking jumping off anything for 10 grand. He's like, I know a guy that will. And then he called me and said, hey man, Guinness Book of Records want to pay you 10 grand to fucking break my world record. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah. It was like a highlight of my life.
I love that. Because it's just different levels. Like, I mean, you get to a point like there was a time when I would have done. You paid me 10 grand. Just fuck it. What is it?
Especially if it's a world record, right?
I'll come
It
over.
wasn't
You
the
want me to kick his ass?
Wasn't
10
for
grand?
the
No
world
problem.
record.
No problem.
Oh man, I wish I had 10 grand right. Boom, go.
Let's talk about this, guys. Can we get the table out of the way?
Then when you start like something I turn down like I don't really want to do that. Like I used to work weeks for that.
I feel like I'd still do it. Like I feel like somebody's gonna pay me 10 grand to do some crazy shit. I'm jumping, dude. Next week I'm jumping off of a side by side onto my skateboard over some fucking dirt bike jump.
What?
Yeah, Hoonigans are just gonna send me over this like a buggy jump.
See, like but it's
and they called me and said, "Would you do it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Do you want to do it in next week?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll do that any day you ask me to do it because I don't know how much longer I could do it."
Like,
yeah, good call.
When you have something that you like to do, that's a different thing. Like it's like. Oh wait, you did that thing for 10 grand? Yeah, it was fucking cool.
Yeah,
like
the cool factor's got to be there.
Hey, that you want me to go to the middle of nowhere and hang out and do that for what? Like, no, you gotta pay me now. You can pay me 30 grand for that.
Yeah,
like, or you gotta pay me 50 grand for that. I'm not because I don't want to go.
Yeah,
I feel like Chuck comes from the same place of where I didn't think that anybody would ever pay me a lump sum of money to do anything,
especially if it was fun, right?
And I'm like, wait, you're saying 10 grand to jump off my skateboard? I was gonna jump off my skateboard.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you want to give me a $10,000 chip? This is that's no bullshit.
Wait, so you said that record was bullshit, but that got you into?
I mean, it was the world record, but it was the world record because Danny Way wasn't there. Like if Danny Way and I were to just stand there and they fucking had a ladder and we just kept going up and up, I can admit it, dude. Fucking, he would beat me. Get over it. The greatest skateboarder that ever lived is Danny Way. I am one of the best that there ever was.
Love that.
But I'm not as good as Danny Way. Shit happens.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say that I was on there with him and I was in.
Just happen to be on the list.
Yeah, right? Like I remember Dak Shepard said to me.
Anyway.
One time he was like, some people in the NBA like sit on the bench, and if you're sitting there looking at Kobe or somebody like that, thinking, "Fuck, man, I'm never gonna be him." You're in the fucking NBA.
Yeah.
Like, soak it up, because it is gonna end. You know what I mean? Even if you're the champ, it's gonna end.
Yeah.
So if you're in there with the big dogs. Because I get it, because you're an overachiever. Everybody that makes it to the highest level is always never satisfied with not making better, winning.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like whoever's, oh yeah, you're good. Fucking come here. Let's see how good you are.
Totally.
Like it's a constant. It never stops. It's like the gift
comparing
of
and contrasting of your skill sets. Yeah.
And then that mentality gets you that. Like some of the mentality gets you. Like for me, like I was really good in one lane, in my lane. My lane of life. I'm really good. But some of the things that made me really good in that lane don't make me really good. It makes me really good or bad in other lanes too.
Right.
Well, it's because you're so disciplined in one thing. People don't realize what it takes to be really good at something. You have to give everything you have to it, which means sometimes you might spend, depending how long you're doing this, 10, 20, 30 years doing only that and not paying attention to people or paying your taxes or fucking all the things that all big people do. Because to me, I was like, I just skateboarded. That's all I did.
And then when you retire, like it happens with a lot of athletes, a lot of especially athletes, I think, but a lot of people, when you retire now, all of a sudden, like for me, was the hardest thing was when I retired was all of a sudden I didn't have that laser focus. I don't have this, so that controlled me. I was a wild man anyway.
Yeah,
but I always had something to pull me back.
Now you didn't.
Now I don't. Now I didn't for a while. Now while there, I'm like, hey, I don't have to stop doing that.
Must have been fun though, right?
Oh, it was right.
I feel like
it was a good time. I mean, I
feel like fighting champions that party have the best like.
Stories. By the way, I'll never be.
He can't do it. You don't do
accused
it.
of not living my life.
You know what? He doesn't talk about it, and he
I'm
doesn't.
I'm actually glad that it happened though before Instagram and.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You'd be ruined.
I mean,
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here right
I tell you,
He was the worst. He was the monster. Everybody, get out of the way. Here comes Chuck Liddell on. Am I allowed to say it?
I was in New Mexico. Look, I was.
We'll bleep it out.
Look, I've been in New Mexico. I've been up.
I think that he might have done a bump every now and then.
I've been on the top. I was at a strip club in New Mexico.
Yeah, I bet you. How many times have you said that?
I was at the top. I was like, I never really like buying dances a lot. So I'd be like, girls would come on. I'd be like, how about you show me a move? I'll give you $100. Show me. I'm gonna do it on the pole. I've been gone down the pole in my underwear.
Oh my God!
At the club, and then people are like, how are you not getting kicked out? I'm like.
Because Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, totally.
I did it.
Everybody wants to see the Iceman spin the pole.
That's what they came there for. They just didn't know it.
Baby.
I was at Crazy Horse too one time, and I was with.
I bet you he said that a few times too.
I was with a girl that wasn't cool to get lap dance or something. So some girl was giving me a hard time about not getting lap dance. I'm like, look, how about you pay me $20 and I'll give you a lap dance?
Wow.
You'll get kicked out of here. I'm like, I go up on that pole and not get kicked out. I'll bet you $100 I go up on that pole.
Wait, did you give girls money at the strip club?
For other people. I go buy my friend's house.
Yeah.
But you never spent a lot of money in there?
No.
Why not?
The
ladies, wait, you're the guy that goes in there and doesn't spend that money, and then you tell the lady that they like watch me dance?
Yeah.
Man, come on, Iceman.
Unorthodox.
That's their profession. Could you imagine if I was like only watched your championship fights illegally?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I never got mad at those people either.
Yeah, okay, all right.
But
you never get mad at anybody. Here's my test. So, Tito Ortiz, right? That last fight that you had with that dude.
He's a douchebag.
Do you think that he has like made it even in some way, or do you think that you lost that the Chuck that he beat was not even a Chuck?
Yeah,
and you know who the real champion of the world is?
The reason one of the reasons I thought fighting was a good idea at all. I didn't really like doing it. I actually fought against it because I didn't really like. I didn't want to give him any attention.
You're saying this is the last fight?
The last fight.
Okay.
Yeah. It was kind of in my mind. It was like, hey, I'm thinking about making another run and doing fights, right?
Okay.
And this is my test. If I can't beat him, I need to. I probably should stay retired.
Okay. Because you always found him to be nowhere near as good as you.
There was nowhere like styles make fights and everything, right?
Yeah.
He couldn't beat me in a wrestling match. He wouldn't beat me in a jiu-jitsu match.
So that ruins.
And he's scared to death of me striking.
Right.
So there's nothing.
Do you think that he could have done better against you the first two times if he wasn't so scared? Because he looked like he flinched you a lot.
No.
I'm not saying I wouldn't either. Just saying it looked like he definitely
1,000%.
The reason I
had less confidence in himself, it seemed.
Yep.
No. Because every time we trained together, I beat him up.
He already knew.
He knew for sure. He could. There's nothing he could do to me.
So this was kind of an inevitable thing.
He couldn't stay on top of me. From when he started on top of me, he couldn't stay. I could be out every 30 seconds for 5
So that's in the back of his head, just going forward.
Like I can't take him down. He never took me down striking. I beat him. Take 1, 2 takedowns. I always kept track.
Do you have
16 to 2?
Do you have a certain thing that gets you up off him that works on him every time? Like, what is it? You can say it now, right?
His style of wrestling.
Yeah.
He's a bully style. Like, he tries to muscle you and kind of bully you in the moves.
Keeps you in the guard, right?
He bullies you on stand-up, right? Like, he bullies you on takedowns. He's kind of like that trying to muscle guy. You're not going to out-muscle. You're not going to muscle me and outdo that. I love guys like that. You're going to have that. Slick guys are a little harder for me.
Right.
Like wrestling.
Okay.
On the ground, I just have a good half guard, and he tries to sit there. He tries to sit back and just stay in guard, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll stand up. I just pull my leg out. If he lets go of my leg, if he's not keeping my leg, I just stand up.
Oh, okay. So
he's
either not doing anything or you're getting
If he's trying to stay, he's trying to just sit in your guard, and so he can ground and pound, right? I don't sit in the guard. I'm not going to sit in the close guard. I'm always pushing on your head and pushing.
I understand that that's your motive. I just feel like sometimes, I mean, that's my motive, but sometimes somebody just holds me down because they've got my number.
Yeah.
It's just weird to know that he just did not have.
Yeah, well,
he couldn't hold you down.
He couldn't hold me down at all. But I got really good at doing a few different things. I had a kind of a push-pull system on the bottom that really was hard for people because it was different than what they were seeing. Because most jiu-jitsu guys do jiu-jitsu on the ground. They're trained to, and so I'd be doing some same moves that they're used to seeing. Like I rolled a knee bar, right?
Yeah.
And they think I'm going for they're countering the knee bar. Well, then halfway through it, I pull my leg out and hip heist. Like, oh shit, fuck. So he's standing up again.
So knowing that you were handling him in training, did that obviously give
that's
you?
why he didn't want to fight me.
But it gave you an
why-
edge. But
that's the whole thing why he didn't want to fight me.
So when
trying
you
to say and like,
Did you want to fight him when you knew? Like,
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
what I was
time
gonna
were
ask.
You like when you were beating him in sparring, did you go?
No.
Isn't that crazy that you have the belt and I'm obviously the fucking champion
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
world? Because
I
isn't that
didn't
not?
care.
1,000%.
As long as he understood, once we got there, we're gonna fight.
Did you guys ever talk about that before you actually fought? When you were friends?
No. We
Did you
we
ever?
trained together? Look, like we weren't. Like he makes
You were
it
never
out.
friends?
I liked him. I was an okay guy. But he's like, if you talk to him, he took me on the street, trained me, and then I turned on.
Look, I never believed a lot of things he says.
He slept on my couch and he ate
You
my wife.
were cool with him, like
I
you
was
were
cool. Yeah, I came to help him out. I came to help.
Just
with
sparring partner.
You know how we met? When we met, Scott. You know who Scott Adams is?
Sounds familiar.
He started the WC. He fought 8 times. He's 8-0. He leg locked Ian Freeman. He was 8.
Okay, so he's legit as fuck.
8 wins, 8 leg locks. He's a leg lock machine. He went down, was rolling with Tito down in Huntington.
Yeah.
And he was going to fight Frank Shamrock. And Tito wanted, and
he got you for Shamrock.
So yeah, 'cause Scott tapped him about 15 times in 5 minutes.
oh shit.
Training with leg locks. So Scott was going back down to train with me. He goes, hey, I'm going to bring Chuck down because you need sparring too, right? You want Chuck to spar. Let Chuck come down and spar with you. And so that's how it started. So I came down to spar with him. The funny thing is...
Wait a minute, just real quick. You're saying that the UFC light heavyweight champion of the world had a ground guy that just constantly tapped him over and over again with leg locks, and then they hired a striking guy and it was you?
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine being the champion of the world and your training camp is these two dudes that just spank the shit out of you at your thing you're the world champion at? That's like pressure on its way. You know what I mean? Like, he'd be like, right, I've got Shamrock, but he's obviously down the...
Coming up next, yeah.
This is how bad it was in his head, right? So I came down one time it was 2 days of training we were going to do. We came to sparring the first day. And I dropped him with a body shot, which I did regularly. Because we always sparred. You hit hard to the body, and I take it easy on your head.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hurt you. You got a fight coming up. So I dropped him the body. So then he doesn't. I think I did it with a spinning back kick. I dropped him with a spinning back kick. So we have 2 more supposed stand up sessions because we were going to be there for 2 days and one more workout before I had to go back home. He showed up to the first sparring workout. Didn't show up to the next 2. He had things he had to do.
Oh.
So I'm like, well, I'm here.
Did he know you could wrestle as well at that time?
He knew I wrestled, yeah. But we went to the wrestling practice after that, right? So I took him down 4 times. He took me down.
God.
I took him down 4 times. He didn't take me down any of that day. The first day.
Wow.
And he was frustrated. And he's home and talking to himself. I know what you did. I was just tacking too hard. I'm going to lay back and do this. He's talking to himself. So, and by the way, I'm staying in his house, and his wife's feeding me food because he didn't get me, and sleeping on his couch because he didn't get me a hotel room. I'm coming down to spar with him.
She's fueling his ass whoopings.
We weren't making any money back then at all. So I did all right. I had a bartender and I had a gym. So I was okay. But I'm not. If I can ask someone to stay, I'm not gonna waste money on a hotel. So, but he makes it out like he was helping me out. Like, no, I'm helping you out. You're not paying for a hotel room.
Yeah.
So, so we go back the next night. I took him down 4 times in a row, and then right at the end, we're at the edge, and he's got my foot like this, like my hand. My foot's on the thing, and it's like right as the bell goes, he's like, he grabs, I got that one. I'm like, oh, okay, say so, whatever. But I mean, he had my ankles. He had both ankles. I mean, he hadn't gone to come out, but I still have my hand on his head.
I feel sorry for him.
I still have my hand on his head. I still have my hand on his head. And
This
he's
is
like,
It's a little sad.
Yeah, I don't feel like I don't want to jump on this at all. I feel like
by the way,
maybe Tito did deserve to beat your ass one time. I mean, goddamn, man.
The next takedown, the only other
Just
takedown.
owned him for like a decade.
Oh, yeah. Slept on his couch.
The only other takedown he got.
Ate his food.
Right?
The only other takedown he got
where
were
just humiliated.
we were out in Vegas. He was out training in Vegas. Only other takedown he got. And I showed up after going out one night.
He what?
I showed up after going out one night to train with him.
Oh god.
I took him down 8 times, and he at the end he kept going at the end, and he kept running. And I was so gassed. I'm like, yeah, won 8-1. I mean, like those are the 2 takedowns he's got on me his whole career. Never took me down when striking was involved. I came out.
Was it hard to be motivated to fight him?
No.
After demoralizing him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it was more like that.
Because I knew he never.
But what
shut the
about
fuck
being
up.
angry and gassing out? Do you worry about that?
I don't. I'm not angry when I fight. That helped me train.
Oh.
I'm not an emotional fighter.
Wait, so when you punched him, what about when
I'm trying to,
when he started doing this
I'm
and you
trying to
started
end
that
you.
those last pieces,
Yeah.
you weren't
I'm not
getting
mad.
a little, you weren't letting a little out?
I get excited.
Okay, is that what it was? Is that what it was?
When I heard somebody get
It's
excited,
a little aggressive, but hey.
Well, the sad thing is I don't have to be mad at you to try to kill you.
Yeah.
It is sad. Sad for everybody else.
Yeah,
But-
1000%.
But because I mean, emotion clouds judgment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you make mistakes.
Even in fighting.
Yeah, in fighting it does.
Do you get scared at all?
No.
Not
That's
at
the thing.
all.
I used to think was so funny with the face down, the face offs where they're trying to intimidate you.
Yeah.
And like Tito was trying to intimidate me in a face off. I'm looking at him like,
I've beaten you like
Fucking kidding
75
me.
by the way,
Yeah,
by the
I
way,
had your wife's meatloaf 2 days
you
ago.
know me. Wow. So you know me. You ever heard the story about when I had a talk with him at what was that? Was that name Cunnington's? One of the bars Huntington was doing it. Anyway, there was an after party after Tito fought Peter Belfort.
Yeah.
Right. Before that, on a radio interview in San Diego, my buddies played for the Chargers, and they called me. He said he went on a radio interview. No, I don't date white trash bitches like Chuck. And I was pissed, and Huntington knew I was pissed. Everybody that I knew I was pissed. We were at the same club after this fight. Well, I don't play that game. Like,
Are you happy I asked this question?
I don't play that game with people. So Huntington comes up to me and goes, "Bro, I'm worried about your guys fighting his guys.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
you're cool, but I'm worried about this. Can you squash us with him?" And I said, "Okay." And okay, Vin Diesel was with him trying to broker us being. I'm like, "Dude, we're good, bro. Let me talk to him." So I went to him and said, "Okay, first off, it's my girlfriend. Apologize. Secondly,
That was the right move.
you ever talk about my friends or my family on a radio interview again? I swear to God, I know where you live. I'm gonna come and beat you in their fucking living room. You got that?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about Juliette Lewis." I'm like, because Us Magazine said me and Juliette Lewis were dating.
Nice.
I'm about, by the way.
Did you bone her or something?
I kissed her when I
That's
left.
it?
You want to know what? I left her because I was trying to help my buddy get laid.
Bullshit.
I swear to God.
No, you weren't.
I swear to
No,
God.
you weren't. You're not that.
was
Fred.
no- I-
No,
Yeah,
you wasn't.
I'm not buying that either.
Wait, you
I mean,
had Juliette Lewis in the
I-
bone
yeah.
zone, and you were like, "Wait, you need help?"
Yeah.
He was
Sorry,
I'll be right there,
Juliette
Craig.
Lewis, as much as I
Like,
wanted
he
to
was
give it
right
to you
there.
right now, I gotta
He
go.
was right there. I regret the decision.
wait, he
But
was with you?
He was with it, and there was a couple girls over here, and he wasn't going to get them without me.
But you were with Juliette Lewis.
Yeah, sometimes that-
What, had he never had sex with anybody in his life or something?
He needed help all the time.
Come on, get help tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I regretted that decision.
I regret it.
regretted that decision.
For you.
Yes.
Yeah, we all regret it. That would have been a great story. The Iceman giving it to Juliette Lewis.
By the way,
What?
I bought Tito.
It's a great
Tito,
memoir.
You idiot. She plays white trash girls on TV. She's an
Oh.
actress. She's an actress. You moron.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wait, okay, so you saying
But
that
like people said in Us Magazine that we're dating. I was on. Listen, Us Magazine we're dating. We did a right before one of my fights. She was on the same show I was on. And we talked. We said hi, and then so when they came to her, she went to my fight, And then when I came to her, she's like, who do you want to win? And she's like, oh, Chuck, because I was the only one she met. So it's probably the only one she knew.
Yeah, that's all she needs to know.
So then the UFC on purpose sat her next to me at the next fight I was at.
Oh, and then everyone jumped on that bandwagon.
Us, I think it was Us.
Us Weekly, sounds about right, yeah.
They said we were dating, so that's where that came from.
Wow.
But that's
well, thanks for setting the record straight that you
but
were
anyway, that's
wingman.
how
I reckon he's lying. I reckon he gave it to her. Probably got to do it because some other relationship.
Honestly, I wish.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, let's just assume.
I can't. I wish I could say that, but no.
Wait, so you said that you've no emotion when you're fighting. So, Jay, you're training right now for a fight that's going to come
I'm
up.
a bitch.
Everybody's different. Though.
I'm scared. I can admit
Tito,
it.
Like Tito's one of those guys. Apparently, so did the same thing. Like trying to before I weigh-ins. I'm like looking. I'm like, I fought Jose Pele Jones in Brazil, right?
Yeah.
And the weigh-ins are in like a locker room, and there's no one around. And he's with two of his buddies, and he runs and throws his shoulder at him, and he's still speaking English. I'm looking at him, I'm like, hey, we're fighting tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, we're fighting no holds barred tomorrow, bare knuckles.
Right.
Yeah, tomorrow, we get paid. I'm not gonna fight you here.
Okay, I'm not scared of facing off with anybody.
But then,
I just care so much about winning. Because I don't care about getting hurt. I only care about winning.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about getting hurt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just worried about winning.
At any cost.
Fuck it.
Look, here's the thing, though, too. It's healthy. I'm not saying that it's unhealthy. Like, I get up for fights. It's just I don't need that to get up.
Right.
Some people do. They need to feel that.
I don't want to need it. I think it's a little bit embarrassing, quite frankly. You're going to have a cage fight and you're scared. Maybe you should not have a cage fight, you pussy.
Totally, yeah.
Like, that's what I feel like I should tell myself.
It's different if you're scared of losing or scared of getting hurt. Those are two different.
If you're scared of getting hurt, then you've got
it's like,
crazy issues.
Shouldn't be there.
I used to always think the problem with that guy striking, he doesn't like to get hit. And everyone's like, oh, no one likes to get hit. Well, that's not what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like to get hit. I'm just saying, but when you hit me, my thoughts are, okay, that motherfucker hit me, I'm going to hit him back. Like, not, oh, shit, I got hit. Get out of the way.
When's the last fight you were in that was going to be like promoted and set up and scheduled, like this one coming up with Luis J. Gomez, the comedian?
The last real fight I had was King of the Cage, like 3 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, you guys told me. Is that is that a long time to have in between matches?
Well, the fight before that was 10 years.
Whoa.
I've only had 2 pro MMA fights.
Yeah.
So, and I've never. I don't do it for. I just do it because I train with all these dudes, and I'm like,
it's awesome.
You're not a fucking real fighter if you don't have a real fight, you know. And then I just wanted to keep going until I got a test, which is the King of the Cage thing was enough for me. I got almost knocked out in the first round, and I couldn't see him, and I just heard the ooh, and I'm like, oh God, this is probably the end. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there's his head, and I scramble, and I ended up like surviving and winning that fight. But I remember thinking, well, you're not a pussy, you know, like you got caught in everything that was bad. You got smacked in the face to the point where you didn't know where you were, and you didn't go, oh, I want out. I was like, I'm gonna find this motherfucker and I'm gonna get him.
Wow.
So I was done. I don't need to do another fight.
Yeah.
Because you can't be old like
You checked
me
all the
and
boxes.
and all the skateboard injuries. I blew my knees out so many times, but then I got a knee replacement, and then this comedian dude just called me out, and it was like a real. I didn't want to do it, man.
You know Luis pretty well?
I didn't know Luis that well, but I mean, he'd fought at Alice Mania, and he seemed cool to me. I just thought it was. I tried to fight Kyle Kingsbury. I tried to fight him twice because I was like, next time I could get you.
Why?
In a boxing fight. But still, why? I know. Because things get out of hand, Chuck. I beat that Gabe Rudiger guy, and everyone was like, dude, you beat a UFC fighter. And then it escalated. You know, then it turned into Shane Carman with one hand. And dude, that story, he called me and was like, hey, I want to be at an Alice Mania. And I was like, yeah, we should fight. I just don't know how it would work considering you're a murdering machine and I'm not. So and then he hurt his arm and he wasn't supposed to tell anybody. So I said, let's have a one-arm boxing fight. And he's like, what, you versus me? And I go, yeah. And he goes, you sure? And I was like, yeah, fucking whatever, dude. It happens. So we comes to Vegas. He's got his family.
He hits like a truck.
We go to fucking Pink Taco and have friendly tacos. He's my friend. We've been talking for a couple of years now. Next day, fight comes. I get in the boxing ring and he's in there bright red. He's red. And as soon as I walk in, I bounce over to him like, hey, and he's like, and I'm like, wait, what happened? What happened? Not joking. And then I look at my corner. Everybody in the corner is terrified because Shane is angry. And then I found out years later, Shane said his coach goes, do you know why you're here? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, you know, Ellis set you up. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, this is a setup, dude. This is him getting you to have one hand. He's going to land a shot on you. And he's going to put it on YouTube and show that he can knock out Shane Carwin. So Shane Carwin had that talk before he got in the ring to fight. My little, come on, man. I have nowhere near.
How did you convince him of that?
Yeah.
Like, you could have told me, I would have laughed at you and told me that.
For sure.
If you fight me and you said that and someone said, hey, he's going to come out there and knock you out, I'd be like, really? Like, if he could knock me out, he deserves to have it.
Shane didn't think that. Shane did not think that. He said to himself, "Oh hell no! I'm gonna fucking beat this dude's ass for that." And I could see it the whole time. So every punch
that's the
was
thing.
just not was all, like at one point I had his arm locked. He had his other arm duct taped. I had his arm locked, and he leaned up against me at the ropes, and I went as a joke on the side of his face because I had his arm trapped.
Yeah.
I was like, I could fucking smash it, but I was like, ah ha ha. And then we break free, and he goes, whoa, and I'm like, what was that?
Yeah,
and then a jab with everything coming at me, and I'm like, what? You're not. And then I'd get around it and look at him, and he'd be like, still. And I'm like, wait, dude, this is a show.
Yeah.
Like, I knew in the end I was going to get hurt, but he definitely took. He got me surprised. I thought we were going to move around and eventually I was going to get stung.
Right.
Everybody, yay, entertaining.
Yep.
But to me,
he had different motives.
He did that thing that I told you at the start where if you're angry at me, it's different. I'm like, wait, what? Like, are you deadly serious? Like, if you're deadly serious, I'm fucking deadly serious. And I don't like being like that.
So you can adjust if that's, like if Lewis, Jay, I mean, do you know his level of
I know he's gonna come at it. I know he trains every day. He's got all kinds of MMA people. Bisbing's helping him out. I know he's doing all kinds of shit. But I also know firsthand what it's like to be an average bear in a game of fucking lions. Like I am the joke of MMA. Like I'm a guy that had pro fights when I remember getting my license, and they said how old I am. And everyone goes down the table like, this guy just said 35, you know. And then the last time I got my license, I was 48 or something, 47.
Then you're how old now?
49. I'll be 50 when I fight him.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Right, but it's not. But that's
all
why
all the extra tests and stuff was crazy. Oh,
it's a nightmare.
They gave mine for mine. Like when I fought Tito.
Yeah, did they give you all the tests?
They did. Yeah, oh yeah. They gave mine. I did a surprise. They had me do a piss test. A surprise piss test.
They came to your house.
Yeah, they also piss tested me at a fight. I went to watch a fight, and they
piss test you while you were there.
Can you piss? Is it twice?
Is that illegal?
Fuck you guys.
Tito
No,
probably
they knew whatever they
Yeah.
wanted. But whatever, right? I passed. But like the guy, they did a surprise neuro. Like I was like, what? Like I passed a neuro. Like I know I'm 48 and I haven't fought in 10 years, but.
Yeah. What is the overall testing? What does it look like?
The neuro was
they brain scan you.
The funny thing is, like, I didn't really realize till after I went to BioAccelerator later, and because I said my neck kind of hurts, you know, and they're like, well, they're gonna X-ray.
My neck kind of hurts. Tell the whole story about if you close your eyes, you fell over. There's some weird thing going on with my neck. When I close my eyes, I just fucking pass out.
I'll tell the whole story.
You ever get a concussion in the shower?
Fucking maniac.
They're gonna your neck. My neck hurts a little bit sometimes. They're like, you want something else in there? I'm like, okay, but they're like, let's get an MRI. So they took the MRI and they look at them. Have you ever had anybody look at that before? I said, no. I said, are you having problems with your balance and coordination?
Yeah.
I said, no. Why?
Yeah. Oh wait, you said no?
I said no because I didn't know.
What do you mean you didn't know? You did know.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh.
And I was like, no, because you're in denial. You're a fighter.
Yeah, of course.
I got no fucking problems.
Yeah, everything's fine.
I got no problems. I'm fine.
What about when you get a little wobbly? You didn't feel like, hey,
to
man.
be honestly, when I look back, I just thought, well, maybe it's been 10 years since I fought. Maybe I'm just not as good anymore.
Right.
I said I can get through it.
Wow.
That's kind of what I thought. And why this came up is like I'm doing that neuro, right? And they have you stand there. You know, one of the things they have me do is go like this on one foot and go like this, right? And I couldn't do it. I had to figure I was tired, so I went like this. No problem. And I kept my eyes open and passed.
I figured I was tired. There's a time to be tough, and there's a time to not be. You know, Chuck?
So I came back, and I wasn't.
I swear.
So funny, they say that about right? And they told me go right and get
Must
it
be
checked.
because I'm
You
tired.
get right. You need to go right and get it done when you get home. Like that.
You need what?
Bioauxiliary guys
Oh, okay.
told me to go to your doctor and have them look at it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, whatever. A month and a half later, my wife goes, you know what? You are having problems. Your balance and coordination is off.
Oh, wow.
Something's wrong.
She noticed.
Yeah, and I said, okay. So we went to the doctor. So again, he has an MRI. Comes out. He goes. So the first thing he says, sit down. So you're having problems with your balance and coordination. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Quit
So
calling me out,
goes,
doc.
And he goes, really?
Wait, how did she
No.
detect that you
Well,
couldn't balance and you
she
couldn't?
She noticed it. Well, I would.
You guys
I've
fight
always
each other
been-
or something?
no,
She
I-
noticed you couldn't like get up front tapes going or something.
I've always been clumsy growing up.
But she noticed it.
She knows. She said, so let's go get it checked. So I went. So he said, go stand on the other side of the room. Okay, he walked me to the hotel. Okay, now move back. Now close your eyes and do it. And I swear to God, I went like this. Yeah, no problem. I'm good. Hold on.
Yeah, let me do it again.
I'm like, I don't. He's like, okay, now stand on one foot. Close your eyes.
Whoa. Right down?
I couldn't balance on one foot.
Holy shit.
What were you not doing that whole time to find out?
What do
you mean
I
you
would
didn't?
correct,
You never
I would
closed your
correct my
eyes?
I just correct with my eyes. I correct my balance with my eyes, and I just didn't notice.
But you didn't. Were you not doing any exercise or anything?
I was doing exercise. I was training for a fight, like that. And I think it got progressively worse. And stepping up the training for 9 months to get ready for that fight wore it out the rest of it. Because what it was is a wear and tear. I'd worn out that thing right in my brain. My spine was tapping. It was sliding and tapping.
So you didn't catch. You didn't catch it the whole training camp. You didn't catch that.
I assumed, I thought it had been taken. Maybe it was
Did anyone say to you that you were like looking a little messy?
I wasn't training with anybody that I used to train with.
Do you think that when you look back at your shadow boxing videos and stuff that that's not you?
Well, I looked at it.
What? I swear, I
Yeah.
was saying it.
Yeah.
He didn't look like him.
Yeah, now that I look
What's
now,
those
I look
weight
like that
things?
it
The hand weights? He was like, yeah, check out
sense.
these new hand weights. And I'm like, what the fuck? Shadow boxing is, that's not how he does it. You look different.
It makes
not
sense.
wrong.
No, looking back, it makes sense. So as soon as you're like, oh, okay. Because now that makes more sense. Because I'm like, how would these, like, I'd be like, man, I used to be so much better at this, but okay, fuck it. Let's
Wait,
go.
so Jay's training, you were telling us the guys that you have that are kicking it with you and like pushing you and kind of a rotating
Yeah, Shark Tank thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I get a lot of knowledge, but then at the end of the day, I got to do a bunch of grappling rounds because I'm it's weird saying it in front of him. I'm more of a stand-up fighter. But, you know what I mean? So grappling rounds,
Right.
if when I grapple for a long period of time and then when I get up, I'm gassed. Like I'm like, holy shit. Like that's not the same as like throwing strikes with people.
Well,
So I'm
right.
trying to do a lot of that. So I'm trying to get ready for worst case scenario because I feel like if you don't do that, I owe it to myself to be ready for the worst, the best of he has
Yeah.
that I don't even expect him to have.
this could be the last one you do, right?
For people,
Unless like I don't know, what is it? CM Punk is like Ellis. I mean, I'm calling you out. I'd be like, fuck yeah, deal.
Wow.
I'll do that. But I don't see how it makes any more sense.
Yeah.
Jake Paul, there
no,
you go.
but someone called that about fighting. Are you done fighting? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but Ariel Hawani called me.
You should fight him.
He told me not long ago.
I would love to watch that.
Me
Chuck
too.
Liddell and Ariel Hawani fight.
Yes, please.
I mean, come on, man. Put your money where your mouth is, Ariel.
There's your aerial cam right there, yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I heard a rumor they're paying me $10 million to fight Tyson. Is that true? I said, they haven't talked to me, but if they got $10 million, I'll fight Tyson.
In MMA?
And no.
In boxing.
Holy shit, I would watch the fuck out of that,
Yeah,
dude. Everybody would.
I said, and actually, I was being funny, but I said, for $10 million, I fight him and Roy Jones at the same time.
Oh, man. We got that on tape.
So would I. $10 million.
I know.
Do you guys know what $10 million is?
No.
Like, think about how many times he's been kicked and hit in the.
that's
Like,
what
no
I'm saying.
offense to both those guys, but you can only knock me out one time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So knock me out one time.
Great. Cash in.
Give me
$10
everyone
million.
give me shit about. I'm taking enough beating
Yeah.
One more time, and I got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Because in boxing,
A couple of brain cells, but
Yeah.
don't they grow back if you smoke weed?
Yeah. Oh, you can't balance on one foot and close your eyes. Who gives a shit?
but you go back to
we fixed that.
bioaccelerator.
We fixed that.
Yeah.
We fixed that.
I got that fixed.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
you know, but like for me, like and I've got nothing to lose. In boxing, I had nothing to lose. And people ask if I fight Tyson, I'll beat Tyson in a street fight.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, he's got he's got one shot on the way in. When I'm closing the distance, if he has to knock me out, if I close that distance, it is over. I'll put him on his back. He'll never.
You don't think he has like a sprawl or anything?
No, not good. Not good.
You don't know. Tyson could be like a
hey.
fucking street grappler, motherfucker.
Not good
You're
enough.
like
Not good.
underhook
enough.
fucking. Not even Chuck
Listen,
Liddell.
He's not wrong.
not good enough for even a mediocre Division I wrestler.
All right. Wait, you know this to be factual. You don't know his wrestling pedigree.
I actually know he doesn't wrestle. Yes.
Right. Okay.
And he's actually
That
never.
definitely
He's
does.
actually never made fan. He's a great dude. I'm not saying that. He just doesn't. He's not going to fight that because he's not. He's not.
Right.
But I mean,
Well, then I could take him in a street fight. I just realized. Tyson, what's up?
There you go.
Alleyway fight, pay per view.
Behind the Denny's.
Yeah, I reckon he's got. Sure, look, if he gets that lucky shot at the start, sure, I might be in a bit of trouble.
Wait, were you into fighting in Melbourne? That's where you grew up, right?
Yeah,
Was it big
I got
there?
beat up in Melbourne, but I
Really?
wasn't into fighting. No, I was
Beat
into
up in
skateboarding.
school or what?
Yeah, I got beat up by everybody. I never won a fight. I think maybe I won one fight out of in front of a nightclub where everybody. My chick was super hot. She was like a penthouse pet, and everybody wanted to fuck her because skateboarders are losers, and this was like the hottest chick in Melbourne. And they were all nice to her, and I was always making fun of them because I knew that they really, when you're in the friend zone, but
Yes.
it ain't really the friend zone.
Yes.
I knew what they were doing. You all would fuck her if she wanted to behind my back. So fuck all you guys.
So honestly, my wife used to have that. They said, "Oh, my girlfriend." They never. I'm out, babe.
They're not your friends.
Right?
They're friends. They're cool guys. I like them. But
Shit.
if you said let's go,
Yeah. Would they go?
They're going.
Oh,
And
man.
and they know that.
And even though, and by the way, they will take a beating from me.
Yeah.
To go they probably do it before.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
And they know that. Wait, so you?
It is what it is.
My
So-
wife, all she has to do is ask. It's a different game over here. But yeah. But if I don't like them, nah.
No.
So
What
where
was
do
I
you?
talking about?
Well, so far I was asking, getting into it in Melbourne.
We have a lot of
Like,
similarities.
Yeah, we do. Fuck yeah, Chucky.
what were even your?
Living it. Living the best life is what we're doing.
What were What were you doing in Melbourne? Like, what was keeping you just on top of life and interested?
My passion to
Skateboarding.
be a skateboarder.
Yeah, that was it.
All I did all
I was
day.
driving everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
I used to make half pipes out of my mashed potatoes and do
But
skate lines
it's
in
on
my head all day. I was gonna make it to America. I was gonna make it out of this shithole and be a pro skateboarder like Lance Mountain and Tony Hawk. And now I do a podcast with Tony Hawk,
That's
and I
fucking
skate with
crazy,
Tony
dude.
by myself with
The
Tony
funny thing
Hawk,
is,
and
but
I'm fucking
you gotta understand
flying,
for
man.
stuff like for sports, especially and stuff like that. It's that way. Like people ask me, like, I didn't really get it. So I saw this show where this kid, he's playing piano. He's 8 years old, and they're interviewing him because he's like super piano player. So how many hours a day do you practice? And the kid went, "Huh? What do you mean? How many hours a day?" I'm like, I don't know. I just play.
Right.
Like, oh, that's kind of it. Like, when I was still growing up, I go to wrestling practice and then go to karate.
Right.
I do extra stuff. So I do stuff at lunch and at our next nutrition. So I do homework during those times. So I'd have extra time to go to karate and learn because I love doing it. I wanted to do this. So, I mean, I think it makes a big difference when you really want to do something. You have to work that hard.
Fuck yeah! Was getting out of Australia like a big break that down to us, like what that means to get to America.
It's skateboarding's fault. The only reason I cared about America is because you had Tony Hawk lived here.
Yeah.
So I heard about this guy before there was even a magazine. There was a dude named Tony Hawk that could do finger flips. And I'm like, get the fuck, that's impossible. How's that even possible? And then I saw a photo, then I saw a video, and then all these Lance Mountain and all these. To me, meeting Tony Hawk would be better than meeting Elvis Presley. Like there was
Whoa.
Yeah.
So all I wanted to do was get there, and those
Figure it
are my
out from there.
people.
Yeah.
And I was right. When I got here, it was my people.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this is my one Tony Hawk story. So, with that, so I'm going to I talked to my son. My son lives with his mom, my oldest son, and I talked him into going to this. When I brought him to Viewer's Choice, and I said, look, man, if you walk the red carpet with me, I'm going to introduce you to Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
And I know he's there, and I haven't been able to find him the whole time. I'm going, look, I tell people, look, I need Tony Hawk right now. Tell me where he's at. I need to find him. My son, I promised my son he's going to meet him. Where's he at?
And then someone someone tells Tony Chocolate is looking for Tony Hawk.
Tony was on his way out, grabbing a bag.
Hey man, Chocolate is looking for you. Seems kind of pissed.
And he's running. He goes, "Hey Chuck, how you doing?" My son goes like looked at her and looked at me like. All of a sudden, I was cool because Tony Hawk.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
He didn't really get anything else about me. He'd seen me on TV fighting, but it didn't matter. Tony Hawk knew I was. I was the coolest guy in the world.
Wow.
It was like
I still roll off that. I feel like that's
bonkers.
I've got a successful podcast. It's got nothing to do with me. Tony Hawk's on it. I'm just like, hey.
Yeah, so you did the Jason Ellis show for how long? 15
years on Sirius XM.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you really. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, Chuck wasn't a big fan, but
fucking asshole.
He has bad taste. He thinks Air Bud 6 is a fucking Academy Award winning, which actually that's a bad example. It is great, but wait. So the experience you got from that obviously is like bleeding into this new show with Tony. Yeah, like.
Yeah, well, no, I still do the Jason Ellis show.
You do,
as well.
yeah.
So the Jason Ellis show, when we got dropped from Sirius XM, panic button, set up, made a studio, got into podcasting, lined up all the things you're supposed to do when you're a podcaster, and now that hustle is that's my day to day. We do a Patreon thing as well, so
dope.
Because we have a lot of hardcore fans that Sirius XM subscribers that left Sirius to subscribe to our Patreon.
Whoa!
So we didn't. Dude, I had ex-wives and shit. Like, I didn't have any money. Like, when they fired me, I was making, like, over $1 million a year. And when they fired me, I didn't have any money. Like, not money to buy a new... Like, we were like, oh, new business that makes $1 million a year. Make it right now. And I'm like, right now is going to be difficult. Let's say maybe suck a dick for, like, a year or two. And then maybe we'll get somewhere back
get
there.
back on top.
But it doesn't. It's different for me. I'm like, oh no, not as much money. I'm like, I already had a taste of money and people recognizing me, and I know that's just bullshit. The important thing is, am I having a good day? Am I being a good person to the people that I care about?
Are you satisfied creatively?
I've been in a lot of therapy and shit. I was angry, man. Like, I spent a lot of years just being dark at nothing. I didn't even have a reason. Just super pissed off.
I'm sure you had a reason. You just didn't want to tackle it, right?
Oh, I totally had a reason, but you have to go to therapy to find out about all that stuff, which is a podcast I don't want to get into.
Yeah.
But
sure.
I'm here now, and I'm happy sometimes for no fucking reason, and I'm very excited about that.
Hang your hat on that.
It seems like the podcast is getting big, and then the Hawk versus Wolf podcast is big. It got big. It's the third one that's already big, so I'm... Once again, I'm like, fuck off. This is really happening.
Yeah,
because it's all gravy to me. It's all extra.
Are you good when things are in a good place?
That's one of those things too. Like for me, like same thing. I don't need a lot.
Right.
I
think I got into a lot. Sorry, but I think at one point I was. I know you don't really floss that much, Chuck. There was a little bit there where I was like, yeah, fucking, how much is the expensive one? I'll take one of those. You know what I mean? I was always doing that kind of flex, and now I'm...
You don't regret that time, though, right?
I don't.
Yeah. You're just glad you're not...
Hey, if you like it and have fun doing it, I got buddies that like, hey, if you like nice... If you like that, go.
Totally.
Go
Yeah,
like I wouldn't buy a sports car if I didn't live for sports cars. Like if if all of a sudden you make $10 million a year, don't buy a Lamborghini. You'll probably hate it.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, like I loved having my Ferrari.
You have a Ferrari?
I don't have it. I sold it. I had the kids. I never had to drive it anymore.
How long did you keep it?
I kept it from, what was that, 05-ish to about 2013 maybe.
Did you ever go flat out naked with your wife?
Now you think
you should probably get one again, right?
I think that I might have to get one again.
So you didn't...
I wasn't going to get one again.
Did you bone on it? Is that too much of a question?
We could edit in the right answer.
What about allegedly?
Allegedly, maybe.
Because you got to. I rented a Lamborghini in fucked my wife upside down all over that fucking thing.
Did you really?
Yeah. I drove it too, but we fucking smashed on
dude,
that thing.
When Dana
I got my guns out and shit.
Dana and
Crazy
Lorenzo,
Pictures?
Dana and
Video,
Lorenzo,
yeah.
Bitches.
That's a stupid fucking question.
Best gift ever, by the way, because it's one of those things I would have never bought it myself, but I loved having it.
What?
The Ferrari.
Oh.
Dana surprised me.
Is it over? You can't get back on that?
Oh, I mean, I'm right now, but at the
Ferrari
time,
Chuck is a Chuck I want to get to know.
Right?
Yeah.
By the way, I never would have bought it.
It would
now.
make sense that he got out of a Ferrari.
Yes.
What kind of car do you get out
But it
of?
was like, I still have.
Let me guess, it's a truck.
I still have the H2.
Is that a truck?
Is it?
H2.
Wait, you still have it?
The one they gave me for the fighter.
Oh, wow. You're like Forrest Griffin. You just keep like old shits around.
No, they're actually. My buddy's gonna do like a pimp my ride with it because he just bought a.
Oh, cool.
He bought an off road.
So much smarter.
Yeah.
He bought like a off road shopping one online, like a YouTube, like pimp my ride with it. So I'm stoked. Now I'm gonna have to
Trick it out for you.
Trick it out.
Yeah.
I got to bring up the Aaron Carter thing. That's why I text Chuck.
Great.
I had
Yeah,
to.
thank you. Yeah.
He's like, man, this is bullshit. I was pissed.
Pissed about what?
Well, I'm not pissed about my part in it. That's my coach. And
Aaron Carter?
No.
Yeah, Aaron Carter's coaching him.
Josh Pollitt is my coach,
Oh, wow.
and he was coaching Aaron Carter.
Okay.
And
Talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
so at one point, Josh and I were talking about how he's going to beat Lamar Odom, and he's got to show up. He's got to get cardio because he's going to have to move out of the way. But he could win. Like, this guy's not that good. He's really tall, but if you put in the work and had the cardio, you could win this fight. It's not a complete. You have no chance.
Wow.
So we were really trying, and then the more we tried, the more he stopped coming to practice, making up excuses. And for me, it was.
You could tell early on.
Well,
not committed.
when he first met me, he was like, "Oh man, I've been watching all your videos. I'm definitely studying you." And I'm like, "Dude, that's not a good idea." Like, I appreciate the compliment, but fucking watch somebody who's pro on YouTube.
Right.
But I could definitely tell he wanted to like bro down. But I liked him. I had him on the show because he's my coach's guy.
Yes.
So I had him on, and he said some stuff where I was like, "Man, I don't really find that to be factual." But I didn't say anything. Unlike Chuck, you know me, if you're on the Jason Ellis show and you spin shit, I'll call you out.
Good.
For this one, I was like, "Oh, okay, Michael Jackson's cool. Sure, fucking maybe he is cool."
Yeah,
Like,
totally,
what the
totally.
fuck?
Same thing.
You kind of feel like I mean, like
Goddamn Michael Jackson jacket. He tells everybody, like, fuck off.
Yeah. Oh,
Who
I
cares if
didn't
he
know.
got a fucking jacket? It's
Yeah,
not
see,
even.
mine was blown. They told me you smoked weed with them.
Yeah. That was on my podcast as well.
Yeah.
But a lot. I've heard that from somebody else told me I do the podcast with them. Like I wanted to ask questions, but I kind of felt bad. And I just
I know you feel. See, that's how I was until I watched your show, where he said, Josh just trying to use me for this or that, and I'm like, okay, I was there when the text messages were going on, and my coach said, you got to show up. If you don't show up, I'm not going to be your coach because I'm not training you to lose. I'm training you to win. And then he sent back some other excuse, and Josh said, it's not worth it to me if you're going to be like that. Then he sends this big thing about fuck you, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like switches total 180 and starts spracking off. And I'm like, man, you crazy idiot. We were just trying to help you, dude.
Fuck.
And then he tells everybody that my coach got his ribs and his wrist broken in a sparring thing against a semi-pro. What's a semi-pro boxer? I didn't even know that was a thing, but the dude's a chef, first of all. The dude that punched him in the stomach is a chef, and he's not fucking pro at any. He's a fucking chef. He doesn't do any boxing. He goes there on the weekends. Like,
He's a pro chef.
He's a professional chef, yeah.
Is he at least that? Yeah.
He gets paid to cook, so if that's dangerous, then watch out.
Well, it depends.
So he gets hit in the stomach because he's tired because he doesn't train, and it's a stomach shot. We all get stomach. I'll send you the video. I posted it. But then he said that my coach tried to get him hurt on purpose, and that's now I'm like, okay, that if a lot of people believe that, you're taking food off one of my dear friends'
credibility of the
table,
guy
and
I'm jamming
I'm
with.
not cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to come to his defense, especially when
because
I spent time trying to help you. I had you on the show trying to
build you up.
I had your back the whole time when you were
celebrate
spinning
you.
shit. I was like, yeah, cool, man. Like, at least you're going to win this fight because you're on our team. We're going to make it
Whoa.
work.
Yeah, you can't take advantage of that.
And he just keeps telling everybody that my
Yeah,
coach
'cause
did a bad
what-
deal, and
well,
that's
because I said if someone does that to you, you just can't be that guy. You know?
yeah. Look,
but
I
that's-
wasn't affecting me at all until I heard him say it. I'm like, oh, you're going to do the rounds now and say that my trainer's a bad trainer when I find my trainer to be the best trainer I've ever trained with. Hence the reason he is my trainer. Like, I've had options.
Yeah.
He seems to be the best guy. Very good boxing coach.
Pushes
One of the
you-
best I've ever had.
Pushes you and
Yeah.
and yeah.
Like, Luis J. Gomez will be sleeping thanks to my coach. Like,
Wow.
so there you go. So it's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. So
Yeah,
I just wanted to
that's how it
come on
should be,
here.
like, you know, if your coach
No, I
cares
appreciate
about
that.
you, but it
And
sounds-
vice
it sounds
versa,
like-
dude. Like, you have each other's back, you know?
It sounds like that's what he's doing. When he's saying that, is I'm not. Hey, if you're not going to come here and train and get in shape, I'm not going to train.
It was sincere. It was like
It's
for his
sincere.
own health. Like,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
want
I
to do
don't-
this right,
I'm not going to be
you've got to
part of
show
this.
up.
I'm not going to be part. Because I'd be the same way. Like, I'm not going to be. If you're going to show up out of shape and not ready to go, like, I'm not going to be part of it because you shouldn't be out there.
And I felt like even in that fight, like, sure, he got caught a couple of times, but you gassed yourself into a loss. You didn't have any cardio.
By the way,
You were the ref. You saw it.
I was no, hold on.
You're
I
so
went down
nice, by the
second-
way.
we
I'm
was
like,
getting
man.
got down the second time. I'm like, I go there. One, come on, bro, get up.
These long counts.
Talking to him, he's 2. I'm like, but how long are you gonna count? 3. I'm like, come on, man, get up, fight. You're fine because he's looking. I can see that.
He's just tired. I know.
I'm like, just get up, go fight. Fight. And he's like, I'm done. Nope. I'm like, okay. Like, I tried to talk him into
You tried,
doing
yeah. So is that a big part of the training then, the cardio? You want to make sure you're
Because we
not.
knew he didn't have any.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't show up.
No, but for you, I'm saying.
Anybody.
Oh, for me, for
Yeah.
my fight?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm 49.
Hey, by the way, anybody,
Like, fucking just put that on the table right there. Like, does that
anybody
enhance your
thinking
cardio?
about fighting, any of your celebrities out there thinking about fighting, biggest thing, be in shape. Like, show up.
Yeah.
You know what? The worst thing to do is when you get out there, people get out and fight, and they have no gas.
It blows my
Nothing's
mind
like-
when
no,
someone has
when
3
nothing
months
happens-
and they don't do that one bit. If you don't have any training, the only thing that's going to get you the win is your cardio.
Yeah.
That's it. Because
You know,
nobody would
honestly,
think they had
and-
big
and-
gloves on. They got notified that they were going to have big gloves on. Like, do the math, dude. 24,
Oh, yeah.
was it 24 ounce?
23 ounce.
23 ounce gloves.
23
and
ounces.
Your opponent is 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Get some cardio.
Be able to
And
move
I'm-
around.
in my
Here's the
opinion,
thing.
that dude is
Honestly, you're
still
right.
on
You're right.
drugs.
In a fight like that
he's
where guys
spinning
aren't trained that
bullshit.
well, or trained that well, you could almost just do cardio and beat a guy.
Yeah.
Because by the third round, if you're pushing him the whole time, and most of these guys by the third round they won't even be able to hold those 23 ounce gloves
Right.
up.
Dude, I do
What's
Ellis
it?
Mania
Hold it
every
up, hold it
year,
up.
and it's people that have never had a fight before fighting each other.
Oh, wow.
And almost every fight turns into, if it goes into the second round, they'll both do this to each other. Like, well, they'll both take a break and agree on it. Like, because all they've been doing is holding their breath going, because they don't know. They
Dude,
don't know anything.
we used to do. We had that Special Olympics down the hall for my gym, and we used to raise money for them every once in a while and have like these fat boys and other people fight. have fat boys and people fight and then do the tough guy things. But I referee, so they try to do something like that. I'd be like pushing them into each other and making them fight. But it's so funny to do. So I used to have so much fun with that. Making those guys. It was
Wait.
killing me.
Wait.
Trust me, the Special Olympics guys weren't fighting. Yeah. We're giving them the money we raised.
I thought he was saying that he went to this, he made fat Special Olympics people fight each other
I thought
for
that-
money. That's not what he said.
That's exactly.
Oh, you made fat people fight in front of. Oh,
Not
what I heard.
yeah, you
Yeah.
heard me too, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry about
that's-
that.
I was
yeah.
like, wow.
Sorry, guys.
That's
Been a long
okay.
week.
Hey, that reminds me of this one time I made fat special needs kids wrestle for money. You know
They didn't want to do it, but I pushed them in. I said, "Get in there, fatty."
Like,
Yeah.
fucking do me so fucking stupid.
They weren't. Look, we had.
I was like, man, he was
it's a
tough.
It's a charter Special Olympics.
Yes.
Place because the school they don't get national money.
They were watching,
Small,
though.
small thing they watched everything.
Yeah.
We give them the money. All the money.
All right. Well, that
And he
adds
gave
up.
them money.
That sounds better.
That's a
Yeah.
very cool
We'll go with
story.
that story. Yeah.
Remember that time Chuck Liddell gave all his money to special needs people?
Yeah.
That's-
Well, he did it only after he forced them to
made them
fight.
fight each other for money.
death, yeah.
He gave him a bit of the cash. Oh man,
Dude, all right. So you got the.
Funny. That makes me think. Well, I had a buddy of mine. This this guy, we're at a bar in San Luis Obispo, and we're sitting there, and this guy is over there that's looking at me and staring at me, right? And my buddy's like, hey man, the guy's staring at you. I'm like, oh, he's fine, bro. Like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And he keeps like, man, I think he's. He's like, I think he's a little bit special needs. Like, I mean, he looks like he's he looks like one of the guys. And he's like,
it gets dangerous as soon as he starts talking like this, man.
No, seriously. But my buddy
I feel like I gotta go.
You got a drop button?
No.
Okay.
My buddy's
Okay.
like,
Special needs guy in the bar.
My buddy's like, but getting worried about him. I'm like, bro, like, I think I know him. Like, hold on a second. I say, hey, he goes, hi, Chuck. How you doing? And he's one of the guys that from down the smoke. And my buddy's like tripping out. I'm like, dude. He's like, my buddy got all weird about, I don't know.
Yeah. So
That's it? Okay.
No, but it's just weird. Like, it's people that like when they say like, I'm
You were
around
okay
those
with
guys
the
all
special
time.
needs hug?
I'm around those guys all the time.
You're saying you can take a special needs hug?
Yeah, 100%.
Anybody out there special needs think they want to hug Chucky? You go ahead and do that.
Like,
It's a T-shirt, right? Special needs hugger.
I'm
So
okay with it. Yeah.
I want to interview the person that isn't okay with that. You
Me
know?
too.
Like, what is your deal, man?
Totally. And that's why
All
we're
they want is a
talking about
hug.
it.
you don't know. He might do something.
What?
You might do something.
Wait, who's your friend? Don't name your friend. Jack. Do not name your friend.
I wasn't going through.
Oh my
In
God.
trouble. I was like,
You better watch out. Chuck Liddell. You better watch out. Special needs guy could do what to you if he hugs you?
Yeah, what is this guy?
He gonna do?
What has this guy been through where he thinks that's a threat?
I don't know. Like, that's what that was the thing.
Man,
was, in that
whoever
story,
that guy's
I know
parents,
how
they raised him incorrectly.
I know. I get that joke. I was so. I'm like, because he's a normal. Like the guy. I like the guy, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
why are you being like that? Like, that's the weirdest thing in the world.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Tito Ortiz.
Way to wrap it up. All right, you got the Jason Ellis show. What?
Sorry, real quick. He never, like I just said, Aaron Carter's full of shit. He's a fucking, I don't like it when you're going to talk shit and you're full of shit. He doesn't say anything. He just goes, yeah, sounds good, Jace.
Yeah, I got a great special needs story for you.
He doesn't,
instead.
I'll tell you what, though, special needs, I make him fight. I pay them.
It's a good fucking right turn.
Hey, you ruin a
Yeah, all right, but if they hug me, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We don't know. We don't know. You know.
Right.
No, you make a guy look bad like that. That's not cool. I mean, you can say whatever you want about your other stories. I don't.
I'm not trying to.
I don't judge people's stories about the past. But if you're gonna,
I give benefit of the doubt until the
I
doubt
think it's
should
very
not be
professional.
given.
I think it's the best way to go. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm made several mistakes where I'll say something on record where that person will now hate me, and I was just saying something I shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
But with the Aaron Carter thing, you don't talk shit on my coach, dude. He was trying to help you. We were trying to help you. Don't do that to us. We were only trying to help. All the best to you in your career, but don't talk shit on my boys. Thank you.
I can dig that.
That's it.
Jason Ellis show.
Yeah.
Podcast
Yep.
out there everywhere for people to get.
Yep.
And what Hawk and the Wolf?
Hawk versus Wolf.
Hawk versus Wolf. And you and Tony chopping
We
up
fight.
what?
Every Monday we fight. I win. Obviously, I've been
What do you?
training a little more.
What are the topics you discuss?
A lot of old skateboard shit,
Yeah.
celebrity encounters because he has a crazy life.
Oh, yeah.
He's just a way better storyteller than he used to be. He kind of used to be a bit like he was talking to a really young kid, and now he is more of a talking to adults and can share stories that are more something where you're like, whoa, Tony Hawk, yeah, he does stuff.
Oh, cool.
So it's pretty, it's groundbreaking.
More rounded, yeah.
For that.
I get it though, because I'm like when I first started doing interviews. Like,
Yeah.
They're like, man, you gotta make your interviews more interesting. I'm like,
He said that?
yeah.
You should
I
punch
was
the
in-
interviewer. That'd be more interesting.
I was like, okay, like
Mix
like,
it up,
no
man.
one told you
Getting
how.
back to that Ariel
No one-
Hawani fight.
No one told you how. Like no one. And I actually went and got an interview coach for.
An interview coach.
Wow.
Not really. It was
To
it was
do what do they
managers.
say?
Actually, it would really help back then because back then remember guys, no one knew what MMA was.
Yeah.
I got it right before I fought Tito the first time. And
I want that job. That sounds awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Sucking in fire.
she said, first off, you're talking about a 2. I need you at an 8. I need your volume.
Oh.
She goes,
That's respectable.
Yeah.
Here's I wrote down the top 10 questions that I got from everybody. The top 10 questions. Answer. She goes through the lines.
Here's the deal. You can't be
questions on here. They all suck.
You can't be a warrior and be flamboyant.
Yeah.
Those combinations are usually very tough to be.
Yeah.
He's been thinking about murder this whole time, and now you want him to turn it up and be a little flamboyant about selling some tickets. I'm in the middle of thinking about killing this
Totally.
fucking dude over
It's tough
here.
to separate.
And you want me to be like, hey, pizzazzy pizzazz. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, that's a tough order.
And plus, back then we had the problem. You go to a radio interview, and the guy hasn't read his one sheet, doesn't know what MMA is, and that's a stupid question. Like, so it's kind of like WWE, right? And you're like, no.
I could have been his manager, like
my
Lou
God.
Albano.
Hey, by the way, the best advice
Staple some rubber bands to my face and be like, I got this, Chuck. It's going to be mayhem tonight. Trust me. Get your tickets.
Listen to me, baby.
You get a stupid question, answer it, yes or no, and then talk for about a minute and a half about whatever you want to talk about.
Right.
Tell a story, do
Bad
something.
coach.
But then they'll,
That's not how you do it. You're supposed to say, that's a stupid question. You're a moron. Why is this guy here being a moron?
Yeah.
People go, whoa, here, Chuck, call that dude a moron.
Hot
nowadays
take.
You can probably get away with that. Actually.
Yeah, they want that. It's clickbait.
No, but you can be more like, because now they know what your sport is. Before,
course.
They didn't-
Suplex Ariel Hawani on television for asking an incorrect question.
Not a bad idea.
Like, don't actually
I remember when he asked,
suplex him. Just lift him in the air and drop him. He'll be all right.
I remember I think Dana almost killed him once for asking me a question. about-
Dana doesn't like Ariel Hawani, and I hate
Yeah,
to
he
say
got
it, but I'm on Ariel's side. I feel like Dana is a bully sometimes, and Ariel's a sweet guy who loves MMA, and all he's trying to do is give everybody MMA. If you got beef with Ariel, you got your own beef, is my opinion on that one. And I love Dana too, but I just feel like Ariel, you hate it. How do you get mad at Ariel Hawani? He doesn't seem like a guy that starts shit.
I didn't think the question was unfair. I think Dana was like a little. He's getting overprotective of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about me fighting again or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, look. By the way, Ariel Hawani asking me a question about fighting again is not going to change my decision to fight again.
Right.
At all. I mean, I like the guy, but he has no influence over me fighting or not.
It is cool that he
Ever.
cares about you like that, though.
Well,
You still friends with him?
yeah, that's what I know.
I mean, do you feel?
Yeah, he's
what
still always cool to me, man.
do you think that he was trying to stop you from fighting for any other reason than your own physical?
No.
Like he really was looking out for you, dude.
He has a weird memory about it because we went to dinner before I retired, right?
Yeah.
And he tells people how he told me to retire.
Yeah.
He never did that. He never had to. He was going to.
Okay.
But I came in and I said, you know what, man, I can't compete at the level I want to compete at anymore.
So
I
you
wanna
decided.
retire. I want to retire. And he said, thank you. I was going to tell you you could, but I was going to tell you I was going to let you go, but I'm not going to stop you if you want to, but I didn't want you to fight again. And I said, okay, and, yeah, no, can just give me, give me like 3 months. Give me before we announce it, because I just need a little time to like accept that I'm not fighting anymore.
Right.
'Cause, I mean, it is hard for us. I mean, that was all I did for 20 years. All I did is try, and since I was a kid, I've always had something I was trying to be the best at, and now all of a sudden
And now it's the podcast?
Well, now we're working on learning how to do interviews and podcasts and
Yeah.
do some other things. Yeah, I'm trying to learn how to act
I think
a
it'd
little
be
better.
good if he
Yeah.
did like a TV show where he lived in the wild and like ate like snakes and.
Oh, I watched the
Speaking
fuck.
of, I
Yes.
got invited to go do an episode with like the guy that
Man versus Wild.
Yes, you're
Man,
going.
Man Eats Wild.
When?
I don't know. I think we're doing it in September or something.
Oh my
Yes.
God, that's the start. And then guess what? That goes well, and then you get your spin-off.
It'll be fun.
Then you just live in the wild. Every now and then your
Yeah,
family
the thing
visits
is,
you.
the
But
thing
you're
is when,
just,
when I talk to him, he's just like, well, no,
Or maybe
like,
just FaceTime.
You gotta do
Chuck
this,
the
we gotta
wildebeest.
make it a challenge, and it's gotta be fun. It's gotta be something crazy. I'm saying,
Yeah.
perfect.
Would you live in the wild by like? Would you be into living in the forest?
In the fort as a challenge?
No,
Just
like, that's
live
your life.
for like a
Just
month.
Live in the wilderness.
I
you a
love
wilderness guy?
I love the wilderness. I'm not being out there, but I like people too much. I mean, I have to.
Yeah,
I try-
you go
I like-
crazy, but that's where the TV comes in. People want to watch that.
Crazy,
But I don't want to
Taken away from his family.
No friends. Chuck Liddell's gone mad in the wilderness.
Hello,
You
Hollywood.
really want that? Like, then
I don't want that. I watch the show.
Yeah.
But I'm like Dana White. I think that's not the best for you and your family, so I don't want you to go there, Chuck. Don't go live in the wilderness for a TV show.
Unless you're fighting Mike Tyson in the woods for $10 million.
Yeah, but make that just like a week. Don't live there for the rest of your life.
What if it's him and Mike out there together?
Who?
Him and Mike Tyson.
Yeah, no. Forever?
No, for like a month. Living in the woods.
I mean, that sounds like hell for them, but I would watch it.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
There's no way they wouldn't be friends.
By the way, there's always a pride.
Yeah.
You pay me enough.
Okay.
I'll take a month off.
Would you jump off a car onto a skateboard for like 50 grand?
I try. Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
This guy's down. He's DFW, man.
You are crazy.
You
would eat shit so bad.
Terrible. But I think I just asked me they asked me we're gonna jump out of a plane and drop airdrop some stuff into somewhere for
You would
water,
do that.
Water, something like that. Will you do it? Sure. You guys tell me how to do it. I've never jumped out of a plane, bro.
Would you swim in a river that has those fish that go in your dick hole and get stuck in your
Piranhas. No?
Nah, piranhas just eat your dick. I'm talking about those
Fish
things
that want to live in your dick.
They go when you pee in the water or something. They go up your dick hole and they
by the way,
lock in
I'm not
there and you can't get them out. You
Dick livers.
You got to slice your dick open to get them out.
Oh God.
I'm not.
Would you go swimming in there?
You said that so confidently.
What?
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, but what about if I gave you $500,000 to do it? There's a 50% chance when you come out, you'll have this sea creature lodged in your dick, and you have to.
Are they going to get it out?
Cut it out.
Is there any chance I won't be able to have sex again?
No, he'd probably bounce back. If that bobbit dude can bounce back, I'm pretty sure you can.
As long as you guarantee I can bounce back.
Has he bounced back though?
He's in porn after it got ripped off.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, it's
With
pretty
what?
weird.
A prosthetic or a real one?
No, it's his real dick. He's got a scar where the thing was cut off and sewn back on.
Holy shit! All right,
Yeah.
I think you'll be fine.
It was not much to begin
okay,
with.
cool.
Maybe she cut off a little bit when it didn't get sewn back on.
Well,
There's a chance I won't get it, right?
all right, he's down. We'll set it up. All right, there's a few questions we're going to close out to ask you. Is that
Okay,
cool?
yeah.
Chuck, I'll hand this over when it's your turn for the special one. R.I.P. James Lipton, inside the actor studio. You never got a chance to be on. It would have happened inevitably. So we're going to close this out with the James Lipton 10 questions.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Jason Ellis, what's your favorite word?
Man. Oi.
Nice. That's an Australian word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's
I don't even think it's an Australian word, but yep, oi.
What does it mean?
Nothing. I usually say oi, mate, to people, or oi. It just gets shortened to oi, which means hello, kind of.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably scream oi if you got those dick liver fish inside your dick, yeah?
No, I'd probably just go, fuck, I got fucking fish in my dick. Yeah. Oi's more of a friendly thing. I'm pretty upbeat with oi.
Yeah, okay,
Oi!
good. Yeah.
Oi, cunt.
Yeah.
Cunt is probably my second favorite word.
But yeah, I love it. Big down under.
They like that.
It's it's an affable.
I know that it's a little harsh here, but
Well,
if I can explain.
If you have the accent, you can get away with it.
I was going to say, I don't hit the T, so it's less offensive.
It is.
Yeah.
When I was down there doing a show, the Uber driver, when he dropped me off at my show, he was like, "Have a good set, you cunt." And I was like, "It seems like it's going to affect your rating," but and I didn't know it was such an affectionate term.
Yeah, one of my best friends, Jake Brown, is in my phone as sick cunt.
Great.
That's his name.
That's
And
good.
I
He
love
made
him.
it.
Yes.
What is your least favorite word?
What is a word that I don't like? I don't know. Probably white guys dropping the N word. There you go.
Yeah, never cool.
I don't like that.
What turns you on?
But don't be so close. Man, I'm going to answer it over here.
I did that on purpose.
Chuck, his delivery on that one is always money.
So creepy. Should have seen it from my angle. That shit was creepy. I'd rather he be angry at me, actually. That's fucking creepy as shit. Yeah, like a lot of things. Like my wife and like big fat chicks and fat asses and fucking trans people. I'm everybody pretty much. Like,
Great.
not you guys, but you know.
Yeah.
Weird people that are sexually into me, they're on the list.
Whoa.
Really wish you didn't ask that question.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Oh, what turns you off?
People that don't want to fuck me, that I'm into. Yeah.
Good answer.
What's your favorite curse word?
Yeah, cunt.
That was easy.
What What sound or noise do you love?
What sound or noise do I love?
Yeah.
I like waterfalls and shit. I feel like that sounds good. I like the ocean.
Yeah.
I like chainsaws and I like
That's
like
a
dirt
pivot.
bikes and fucking V8s and Lamborghinis and shit like that. All
Yeah.
those things sound awesome. Metallica.
So both ends of the spectrum. You like the chill, serene noises. And
Yeah,
then you
fuck
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely into both.
Could you listen to Metallica while on the beach? Or is that combining two?
No, it's no problem. I do that all the time.
I love that.
Sometimes I run on the beach to Metallica or Machine Head.
Yeah.
And I that's like I can only listen to that when I'm in tip top shape because I'll run too fast and get sore. Because it's a motivator.
Fuck yeah. What sound or noise do you hate?
People telling me what to do. Anybody like talking like your authority, like or you know what you should do.
Like
You
they know
should shut
better.
the fuck up is what you should do.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's one of my peeves
I like
as well.
that. Good answer. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Well, from being hurt a lot, I remember my hand surgeon once saying to me, do you know how many golf players I have in here? And I was like, no. And he's like, none, you idiot. And I was like, right, I see what you're saying there. So, yeah, I would like to be a golf player, but
Yeah.
I just don't like golf. That's the only problem with that.
It's a key component.
But I would like to play a sport where you don't get hurt
Yeah.
and be super into it because
Yeah.
then I could keep going.
Bowling?
No, I don't want to bowl. I don't even care if I like it.
What profession would you not like to do?
I wouldn't like to be a taxman or a politician or a rollerblader.
I think you make a good politician.
You think
Yeah,
I'd be a
I'd
good
actually.
politician?
Yeah, dude, you got a lot of stances that we've been all.
Tito would not like me. him and I would have some disagreements.
But you see how he had to step down from mayor.
Yeah, he lost it. How do you feel about him losing his job? Do you think that's funny?
Well, the fact that he,
think he cared?
you know why?
Because he took money, right?
He was getting unemployment while being paid by the city.
Isn't he
What the
rich?
hell? I mean, what's wrong with him? Like, what made you think you could get away with that?
Do you think maybe it was an accident?
No.
Okay.
Jason, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Hail Satan.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, by the way, I kind of miss him being like.
I don't want to go to heaven. I want to go. I want to party. You know, like I want to go somewhere where
You don't think there's
it's
partying in
raging.
heaven?
Not like orgies and shit.
Right.
I'm trying to get boned, man. I want to like fucking
There's probably a VIP lounge up in heaven.
everybody, all asses, and I'll be back in the coke zone. Fucking woo.
The Coke zone.
Yeah.
Who's in the Coke zone in heaven right now?
Well, it's not real. It sucks. There.
Yeah, okay.
It's in hell.
Right.
Everybody's doing blow. It's the coolest.
Oh my God.
I'm joking, right? I'm joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere near any of that. I just want to stop.
Great.
Yeah, this has been awesome.
This has been awesome. Thanks for making time. Jason Ellis Show, Hawk versus Wolf, right?
Yeah,
When do episodes drop? Every
Every
what?
Monday, and the
Great.
Jason Ellis drops every Wednesday.
Appreciate you, bro. Good luck in the
Thanks,
fight
dude.
too, man. We'll be
Thanks
watching.
for having me, man. I
This
really
was awesome.
appreciate you.
Yeah, it was fun.
Getting me in here, and sorry again for being that late. That's so crazy.
We'll take the hit. We'll set up the hit, and
He
then we'll
said,
be.
"Where are you?" And I was like, "Where am I? What?" Like no idea what's happening at all.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Our boy Ari slipped up on that, but
Yeah,
it's all
that's
good.
not my fault. I didn't tell
All good.
my wife.
Well, we did it. You're here now.
Yep.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, guys.